You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They blocking your vision, but no, you can't listen. That shit is all fiction.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tap In. We are OneOOne, and I'm your host, Andy Danchuk, and I'm here with my co-host and my business partners, Sean and James. What is going on today, boys?
What is going on, baby?
How we doing?
It's another beautiful Sunday, and we're coming at you a little bit late in the day because we had some shit to handle this morning. But it was a good day. We're feeling good. So we're here to talk to you about some really cool shit. It is your responsibility to tap into information that is going to benefit you and your life. This podcast will hopefully expand your thinking so that you can finally take control. Boys, how we been lately? How we feeling? Thoughts-wise, mentally, physically, everything. A little update for the people, for the fam.
Yo, update. Definitely. I don't know. I've been kind of grinding this week, but low sleep. So I would say stress levels have been higher, but like I just deal with stress in a different way where I just kind of like cheating. My diet's been big this week. I'm definitely like a stress eater. So like I'll cheat like crazy, but really just been fucking grinding, trying to get my car ready, trying to get that done. So every night I've been at Tom's house working on that with him. And that's really it. We had fun today with Dylan, repping his company and stuff at a Nissan event in Englishtown. So that was really cool. Got to see a lot of fucking dope ass cars and shit. So today, it's been honestly a really good week. I just personally want to focus on recovery this week for sure. Like that's been something I've been saying for a while. Is like I'm taking this week off from the gym. I'm gonna get some rest, not waking up at 3 more to go to the gym, not coming home and doing more workouts or shit like that. Just gonna rest. This week I'm probably gonna work on a lot of editing too, just because I'll have the extra time. But that's really it. I just kind of want to focus on that recovery, get my mind fresh again, and just start fucking killing it. Like get myself organized. I feel like it's the main key with what's happening lately. I feel like my mind's everywhere all the time.
Yeah, it sounds like it right now.
I'm pretty much the same. I've been killing it every week the past month. Past couple of days I had some crazy thoughts. You know, new thought processing is hard. Telling yourself things don't serve you can be difficult. I lost a couple days. Actually, yeah, you saw I lost a bunch of days by like one thing. Just trying to get back on top of it. And like I was saying before, just understanding how much we really truly are doing. And how little so very many people do. Like Sean, my mind has just been running nonstop, thinking about what I'm trying to do for myself, what we're trying to do for us, what I want to do for my car, what I want to do with my videos, everything else I'm fucking a part of right now. So I guess I'd been on like 110 miles an hour. But also I came across a really cool technique in the book.
Okay, here we go.
The Magic of Believing. No,
Magic of Believing, right?
I think I
No, you're on fucking.
I'm on the next one.
Napoleon Hills.
No.
The something
how to influence.
No,
how
that's
to
the next
win
one.
friends and
No,
influence.
that's the next
What
one.
is it?
I thought it was the Magic of Believing.
No, that's before that. It's something about understanding the power of belief.
What the hell's the fucking?
I got the list right here.
Someone pull it up. Pull it up.
Yeah,
pull it up. What do we got?
We're getting there.
Anyway, it was really fucking good. One of the techniques. Can't speak. One of the techniques is the mirror technique. So, you go to the mirror and twice a day, when you wake up, before you leave the house, or when you get home.
The Magic of Believing.
The Magic of Believing?
So did you just read Think and Grow Rich?
Oh yeah, so it's the Magic.
Oh, you're
of
reading Think and Grow Rich.
No, I'm reading the
You read
Magic
that
of
already,
Believing.
right?
Oh, you read
Yeah,
Think and Grow
yeah.
Rich?
So it is the Magic of Believing.
Mm-hmm. And then How to Win Friends
and Influence People
is the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, so they teach you go up to the window or the mirror and you fucking take a nice deep breath, and then you let it out nice and slow, and you stand up, like make sure you stand up proper, and then you look yourself in your own eyes and you repeat whatever
affirmations, auto suggestions.
Yeah, auto suggestions, affirmation, whatever it is.
Whatever
so,
you feel serves you.
Right, and what you're looking to manifest or bring into your life.
Yeah.
And been doing it for a couple days, like 3 days now. I missed one day, like one time, but definitely feel good. Like looking in the mirror and saying it the first couple times But then after saying whatever you're saying for a couple times, like you start to stand up a little straighter, you feel a little bit better, and like it helps you believe what you're actually saying by looking at yourself and saying it out loud and just repeating it.
And through the course of time, it just feels good to hear those spoken about yourself.
Right.
Like that's really what it's all about, is just fucking priming your mind with the belief of the statements that you're saying. You're writing your facts. You're writing your rule book.
Exactly.
So you're stating your facts over and over and over and over and over again on a consistent daily basis to reprogram your mind to truly believe that fact. And through enough suggestion, eventually that will be a dominating subconscious thought, which will therefore lead to automatically going to that thought without consciously having to do it anymore, and then it's going to serve you in the best way possible, which is cool.
It was cool for me because this week, and this was funny, the past couple of days have been, the money's here, and you're using it for what you need. The money's here and using it for what you need.
Exactly. That's
the
like
money's
a nice,
here and you're using it for what you need. And fucking, I went right before I left this morning to go drive to the skate park. I was cleaning out my truck. I found $2 and then like deep down in the fucking in the back seat. Come on, bro. If that's not a sign, I don't know what it is.
Bro, I still love finding even $1.
So
bro.
what? It was $2, but it was like, who's gonna find that? It was like stuff like in the behind your seat. You have that little
Probably
fucking pouch. Mine now, motherfucker, because it's coming to me, baby.
So throughout the course of the past just about year now that we've together been on this journey, even the days like think back now, do a little bit of reflecting on the past. Think back now of the days of struggle and how there have been many days of struggle since the beginning of this journey, since we've started. But regardless of the days of struggle, regardless of how many days you've lost so far, regardless of how many days you've failed so far, how much further ahead are you today, even with all those fuck-ups, failures, terrible days? Like, just, think about it.
It's crazy you bring that up, right? So this week, I forget what day it was, but this week I actually had the time to sit down. Not that I actually had the time, I actually made the time to do it. Sit down and do my affirmations and praying and talking to the universe, talk to my pop and shit. I used to do that when we first started that every single night. I did. That was my grounding. I would go lay out under stars, and I would talk for 30 minutes, however long I felt needed. I haven't done it in fucking forever, right? I sat down this week and actually did it one time, and bro, when I laid back, I literally was just talking to my pop. I'm like, bro, last time I sat here and talked to you, I was like, how far I feel differently about the amount I've changed since then. But I did not realize until then. I'm like, bro, my mind is in such a different spot compared to the last time I talked to you.
And that's only a short amount of time.
Dude, it was the craziest realization when I sat there. I'm like, bro, I don't know. The last time I sat here, it wasn't that long ago, but my mind feels like it's aged 1,000 years compared to where I was.
Yeah.
And it was just the craziest feeling. So it's funny you bring that up because until I had that, I still felt like I was struggling just like I was on day one.
Still felt like you had made any progress.
Exactly. And then I sat down there, I'm like, bro, the things I used to battle sitting here, and not the dumb thoughts I used to battle, but the insecurities, the amount of the things I was asking for, then compared to
thoughts
now,
that were trash.
Yeah, it was just the wildest fucking feeling to sit down there and be like, holy shit, dude. It was cool.
It's a beautiful thing.
For me, I think I'm way more proud to be the person I am. Going through this.
You're finally falling in love with yourself because you know why.
Yeah, exactly.
You never knew why you loved yourself because you never explained it to yourself in a way, or never understood why or something, and you wanted to.
Well, the main thing was, like you said, the programs and stuff like that. I believed what everyone else had to say, and growing up my entire life, I was bullied and fucking treated like shit, and whatever they were telling me, calling me, I believed. No one was telling me this is the shit that people go through with bullying. Your brain is very susceptible, and bullying is real. And I'm a first-hand person to understand that I am still consistently correcting thoughts from fucking 10 years ago about that when people say certain words, right, stuck with me because I was a nice kid just trying to be friends, and everyone wanted to fucking make fun of me for no fucking reason. So
no reason. It was the
well, they had no fucking reason. So what? They had no reason. don't talk to me. Talk to
Well, they were scared of being the one to get made fun of, so instead of being the one
they made fun of someone else. Right. And I've been there. Like, I've been there where someone said something and I've said something, but in a joking manner, and I'd be like, all right, like, it was kind of fucked up. Like, depending on the person, of course. Like, if it's like my boys, like, fuck you and fuck you too. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Fuck you. This guy.
But... yeah, I just, like, I'm more proud to be who I am. I'm more proud to be by myself. I'm more proud to own.
You value the time by yourself more.
Very much. Like, I used to always, like, and because coming from being made fun of, I was always looking for someone to hang out with.
Yeah.
And then that was my brother. Like, we would hang out all the time.
Yeah.
Someone to do something with, someone that actually liked me. They wouldn't talk shit to me, wouldn't talk down to me. And, you know, that's what it always was. And I still have that today, but as an adult, I understand what the difference of that feeling
like
is.
Yeah.
Right, but that was my exactly. It was my
but it's no longer.
It's no longer needed.
But you still enjoy it.
I still enjoy it,
Exactly.
but I am going through that process of changing my emotions, because when he's with his girl or he does things with his girl, like, I still catch myself being like, damn, like, let me know what's up. Like, I'm trying to go, or you know what I mean? But, like, it's not that doesn't serve me anymore. It's changing. Like, the process of life is changing, and I'm proud of that. Like, I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
But I do catch myself like, damn, like,
of course.
well, like, Sean and Andy are busy. What am I gonna do? Like, where's my friend at?
We
But
all
like,
do it.
But yeah,
Those are
like,
just old thought processes.
exactly that I'm trying to fix.
Just
but like,
showing up. Yeah.
Sometimes that, you know, that hits hard though. Like, you know, because
Yeah.
that was the person you were with all the time, or whatever the case you may be doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I enjoy being alone. Like, there's times where I come home and I'm like, fuck, I hope no one's home.
Literally, I need my time.
I just want to go in, clean my fucking shit, ride
Honestly,
my bike,
though,
come home.
Prior to starting this, that was never a thought for me. Like, I like being alone, but like in a certain way for a certain reason. Like, now being alone is completely different than I've ever thought about.
And yeah, and also
It's
because it's all like, I like myself. I also like not talking.
Me too.
Yeah.
So when I come home, I don't
just-
feel obligated to talk, but like, you know, what's up, what's going on, blah blah. When I come home and no one's home, I'm like in my brain, and I'm on 100, I'm ready to go, and like,
Or you're
I don't
relaxing
know
or
what,
meditating, whatever
like,
it may be, yeah.
sometimes I just don't want to talk at all.
No.
And it's, people say, like, think it's
I've-
weird and shit,
I've
but
found a
I'm
lot
like
lately
that.
that I just haven't been talking nearly as much as I used to. Like, if I was in any sort of situation, like, I almost felt like I had to talk.
Yeah.
But now, literally, I sit back and I watch and I enjoy, and man, oh man, is it fucking, like, rewarding to myself.
That too, and I see how I used to act.
Yes.
And I'm so embarrassed.
You're not embarrassed.
But
like,
like,
I'm just
glad I don't do that shit
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Like, driving to work in New York City, like, the kid I go to work with, he freaks out, even if it's his own fault.
It's weird.
And I'm like, he knows it's his own fault. I know it's his fault, but he's still calling the other guy an asshole.
It's just shitty fucking habits.
I'm like, he's a good guy, but it's still his fault. Like, stop yelling at the other guy.
it's just.
But it's those small things.
Yeah.
But like when you're in those situations, how like, because for me, when I'm in the same situation with the people I work with, I just see these dudes freaking out all the time. I'm just like, I'll laugh to myself because I'm like, you dumbass. I was 100% you, and you're sitting here freaking out this person. But like, how much you watch that weigh in on you? Like when you're constantly surrounded day by day by day, I've noticed that hugely. It's changed my thought process to where like, that's where I saw a big switch this past month where I allowed it to start. I started being negative like that.
Yes.
I started being pissed off all the time.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, like when you first came here and you started working on this with your boys, everyone was complimenting you on like, dude, you're always so happy, you're always so positive. And like, to me, that was a huge compliment because before then, that's when I went through my 3 years of like, I fucking couldn't, like, I was fighting to stay alive every single day of my life. So like going from being such an angry person to being told that, dude, you're always so happy, how are you always so happy? I was like, whoa, that's a crazy feeling. And then like,
good.
I watched myself switch. I didn't watch myself switch. All of a sudden I went from, what the fuck, dude? I was being complimented, and now I'm going back to being fucking angry all the time. I'm like,
You're
you
a
need to
product of your
watch.
environment.
I was like, yeah. I was like, dude, you need to watch what the fuck you're around because if you don't stop it, like I try not to run my mouth.
And you could still have to be around it for a while, but consciously you need to.
Consciously, you need to be on top of it.
Yeah, but this is the conscious this is the conscious right now. Like, you talking about me. So when I say he does that shit, I catch myself going like, come on, what the fuck? And even though I'm not yelling at anyone else, I'm still saying out loud. I'm like,
what am I doing? Why am I saying
Why am I even saying
Why am I
that?
what
and
the
it's,
fucking
And it's almost a repetitive of someone else based off of a situation that just happened that I was laughing at this morning, and now I'm the fucking asshole. But I'm not like, I'm not actually mad at anyone. Like, he was like legitimately
You don't get that mad, but you still feel like you don't feel that. You still
stupid. Like,
you feel
what am I
that
doing?
You feel that annoyance still, and you're like, why am I even getting annoyed at this?
I notice I don't even react like probably 10% of what I used to react when I didn't have any self-control and I was acting out of strictly emotion. But I notice now, even though like there's still slip-ups, it's like 90% less what's the word I'm looking for? 90% like
aggressive, like so
like not like 90% less harsh than it used to be. So even though I'm still not perfect at consciously staying in control of myself sometimes, because I let sort of emotions overcome me a little bit, that I'm still trying to catch and notice and think before speaking. Sometimes it's just so quick that like the emotion's so strong that boom, you want to react right away. But like I'm getting there. But I notice that even when I do react right away, I used to react and just fucking lose it. Lose it. Now I react and like I start getting into it, and like I slowly start to heat up, and I'm able to like catch myself, realize my wrong, and then work the progress out to kind of like back off and like ease off, like, yo, like I'm out of line here, like that was my bad, like I know I acted up a little bit. But like even though like they still think like I'm out of control in a sense, like I know deep down like I'm making progress, because I'm getting so much better at like being in total complete control over myself, like at all, like no matter what happens. I don't care, happy, sad, like love, like even excitement. Like for your enthusiasm to be out of control, that's a sign of having no self-control. If you're overly enthusiastic and like, oh my god, you're not in control. So some people see it as like, I've been trying to do that lately. Like I thought enthusiasm was like something that's really, and it is, it's something that's like, it's one of the ingredients to success. You need to have enthusiasm to connect with people, to make people basically kind of like believe in you in a sense.
If
feel
you're
your energy,
like someone to invest into you or like to believe in you,
need enthusiasm.
they need themselves to feel enthusiastic about what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And if you can't deliver that, they're not going to feel enthusiastic.
But what I've noticed is like a form of self-control is being overly enthusiastic. Like let's say like you meet somebody that you wanted to meet for a minute now, like somebody that you really look up to. 9 times out of 10, your emotions are running so rampant. You're so happy about it. You're so enthusiastic about meeting this person. Like, oh my god, dude, I fucking and like nothing good really comes out of it. And when you look back, you're like, dude, I was out of fucking control. Like making this guy feel like something else. When I could have like stayed in control and had a much better connection with this person, because like I did truly care who they were, what they were, and I did want to truly connect with them. But by being overly enthusiastic and technically being out of control, I just damaged myself. Damaged my chances of maybe making a better connection, connecting with this person better. And like some people do like that over enthusiastic thing and do breed off of it, but it's just like kind of comes down to that whole self-control aspect. Like in a way, you're still out of control.
Because you're not controlling your emotions and channeling it where it needs to be channeled. You're just allowing, like, even though it's not a negative, it's a very good positive. You're still allowing it to just fucking
run rampant.
And exactly what you said. Like, yeah, some people might love the fact that people are super enthusiastic to meet them, but when are you gonna get a serious connection through that? Like, you're really not, because they're gonna act like a fanboy and like, yeah, that hypes that person up, but they're not gonna take them serious as in like,
they're not gonna look forward like, yo, this person was dope as fuck, they were down to earth with me, like, they were straight up, they were honest, I felt a good connection, I felt good energy, like they were in control of themselves. Like that's somebody that like, holy shit, like they seem like a very cool person.
They see value in that
when
person.
You see a kid that's just fucking so excited to see you, you're like, yo, you're dope, you're cool, thank you for supporting me, and then it ends
you're like,
there.
sick, I've fucking loyal fans.
Exactly.
That
It
person's
ends
a fan
there,
to you,
you
when
know?
it could have been much more if that person was able to take a step back, control it, and actually like show their value and show their appreciation and all that shit, and go back and forth with it.
And that's what I've had fun learning through the process of learning how to control all situations, good and bad, that there is sometimes too much of a good, you know, just as there is too much of a bad, you know, like I don't that kind of like it clicked for me the other day, because I noticed that sometimes, like me personally, like I'm very good at connecting with people and getting them to understand like my thinking process on a certain thing, whatever I'm talking to them about or passionate about, or just explaining to them, or whatever it is, you know, like I've noticed that. But where I've noticed like I can start losing people, because you know how I get. Sometimes I get fucking overly enthusiastic. And I've noticed like, yo, this is actually prohibiting you from being better in this situation. This is a form of no control of the self. And it was just like, it was very rewarding, especially today, to do it. Like, there were times like I got very excited about talking to somebody, and I would just like, yo, compose your thoughts properly and get the point across properly. You're getting excited right now and you're losing this dude. Like, just in the technique of sales, like trying to be a better salesman, to basically, what was the term I heard the other day? You're trying to fucking like, you're trying to like prime the mind with sales first. Like, you notice like if a salesman comes at you right away and tries to sell you something right away, immediately you're just like, oh, he's just trying to sell me something. But the second somebody like kind of like gets to know you and primes your mind, I forget the correct word that I'm looking for. They basically prime your mind and basically get you to a state of acceptance, so that like, oh, this person's cool, we're getting along, we're talking about similar things that we both enjoy, we can kind of connect. You're kind of starting, exactly, you're starting to grow a connection. And then when you're like, oh yeah, man, like we're here, we're selling this kind of stuff, we're doing this, that, and this, you know, per our conversation, like I heard you were into R32 Skylines, and we have a couple R32 Skyline parts today. Like, and that was the way to go about sales. And I noticed every time we started talking to somebody and got to know them before trying to sell them something, we made a sale today. Yeah. And it was a beautiful thing. And I was like, wow, this shit really is beautiful.
It's so,
like,
and it's crazy in that aspect too of what we were doing. It's so simple because we're at a Nissan's show.
You already know what people are interested in.
Yeah, we're selling Nissan parts, so it's literally as simple as like, yo, dude, like, what car do you have?
Yeah.
They start telling us about a car. I had so many people showing pictures of their shit.
And bro, that like makes them feel good.
So now you connect with them, you show interest and passion, what they're passionate about, and now they've loosened up, they're primed to
now
be ready.
They trust you a little bit.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this guy's cool. He's actually interested in me.
Yes.
He's not just looking at me as a sale.
But if they were to come up and be like, hey, like, what you need? They're just going to be like, oh, I'm just looking. And that'd be
but
a
conversation. It really does make a difference.
First, actually take time to listen and talk to him and shit like that. It definitely goes a long way. And it's fucking in the Laws of Success book. And I was just reading it not too long ago, but I forget what it is called.
I forget the word. It's like neutralizing.
Yeah, something like that.
That.
Yeah, it's pretty much just showing that you care about the person more than just your sale. Like, you want to see the value in them. They want you to pretty much open up to you. You want them to open up to you and start showing that enthusiasm, and then you just listen and show enthusiasm back. And now you know that person. So if you go to sell and be like, you might have thought they wanted this one thing, but since you took the time to actually learn,
you just realize they're interested in this, and you know,
and you can tell them, be like, yo, like, I figured this is what you'd be into, but like, I actually have this right here, and now they're already in such a good mood, and they, like you said, they trust that person. It's so much easier to sell, and you're so much more likely than to just hit them right in the head.
It was
like,
dope
forehead.
to like apply that a little bit today. It was
cool.
It was really fucking cool.
But actually, that's something I did see. Like, I've noticed you, because I'm vice versa, where I don't show enthusiasm, but you would overshow it. And I've seen you before, like, go crazy, and people have just been like looking at you like, where the fuck does this conversation just go? And like,
that's because like, and they would lose touch with me because I lost control of myself.
They would start off like, and then
like,
you take it to the next level, and they're just like, where did this go? And then they like lose interest. But now that you catch on to it, it's fucking.
And that was something I always thought was good. Like, dude, you're the best at that shit. Like, people love that shit. And now I'm realizing, like, yes, you can use this to your advantage, but you still have to be in control. And like, I'm like, wow, like, dude, it was fucking cool.
I always liked the fact of when you were talking about fanboys. I hate that. And I hate that because every artist, every person I've ever come across, even a famous person, I've never been like, oh my God, look at this guy here, I gotta go talk to him, all this shit. Like, even as a kid, like before I was doing this video stuff, like when I always wanted to be everyone's friend.
Yeah.
Was that like, I just feel like there's a lot of people like, oh my God, I know this person or I know that person. But like, I don't want to be their friend to just hang out with them. Like, I want to be
say you know them.
Right. I want to be their friend because I want to be like, yo, what's up? Yeah, you want to go shred the bikes? You want to ride the dirt bikes, quads, cars? You want to fucking
friends.
chill? You got some business? Oh, how can I help? Oh, word. Yeah, I got a boy that does that. Yeah, we can connect you two together. How can I help? Yo, we good. I got you. Like, because they're cool and they do cool shit and they're talented and shit like that. Like, I want to be friends with these famous air quotes people,
grow,
but I want to connect. I want to grow. Like, they got good, cool shit going on. Like,
You're doing good shit, so obviously I
right. Like, and like, I'm attracted to what they're doing. I've been in the studio before. I enjoy working with artists. I enjoy the fucking process. I like seeing like their voices and like getting better and shit like that. I like doing the same thing with BMX riders and the fucking drifters I've been working with for the past 4 years and watching them go from where they are now, or then to where they are now, and they're like my friends and I work with them, but we hang out and we do business and they're fucking becoming pros and all sorts of different shit. But they're like my boys because we just been chilling, doing all the cool shit. And if they weren't my boy to begin with, I'd still think they're cool and I want to help them out or video or do business or something. I've never just wanted to be someone's fanboy and go up to them and scream at them and then they just walk away. It's like, I just never understood the point of liking somebody without trying to get to them and talk to them and have a conversation and what, you know what I mean, like business, what the next step would be. But that's also a point I'm trying to make with, that's why I don't like to talk as much, because a lot of people don't have the mentality to talk about things correctly. So at least when fucking you talk to them the way you want to talk to them and they respond the wrong way, you can just like, that's when I just not shut down, but like I kind of like end the conversation. Yeah. Because it's like, that's why I don't talk so much. Because like most of the time when I start talking, there's nothing I really want to conversate about. No one has a conversation of, hey, we could do business. What do you do? Let's do this. Let's build. Let's grow. It's always like, oh, I do this, and my girlfriend did that, and my car's it's like, so that's the main reason why I also don't talk a lot now.
That a lot lately, because trying to stop those conversations. Like when you walk into it and you're like,
but those are the normal everyday conversations.
It's why,
but and that's what everyone's having every day. That's what I'm trying to change. That
every person I walk into, that all they want to talk about is shit like that, and I'm just like, but that's why, like, sometimes you will have to just take yourself out of the situation, and start attracting the right people so that the conversations happen. Because
and that does happen. Like, so
it's been happening
through those 4 or 5 people. Like that fifth person will be like, all right, word. And then the next 4 or 5 people, you get 2 people out of those 5 people. And then the next like 10, 15 people, you get like 5 people out of those. Yeah. And you pick and choose. Like I said earlier, like I know exactly who I will talk to, like right after the first like couple sentences that come out of their mouth.
Because you can understand the way they speak, like or
think.
But just off, like, it's crazy. Like, learning yourself is the best possible thing to make you understand other humans. Because when you hear someone speak, when you hear someone act, when you get to watch and physically like study someone in a sense, like just off of their words, their actions, and their like emotion that they show and the energy that they put off, like you know who they are. Like not obviously, like there's sides of themselves that they're not going to show, but like you can get a pretty good damn idea now, like at just reading people straight out the gate, all first impressions, because it's just like the few key words and you're like, man, like,
it's not.
Just look at the way he speaks about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at the way he's speaking about this situation. Just off of those few words, I could tell what kind of mindset and what kind of mind that person has. And I'm just like, I'm either attracted to it instantly or I'm just
completely turned off. And that's it right there. I just walk away.
Yeah, or I just fucking bullshit because they're around and they're bullshit, and that's it. It's definitely cool, though, to be able to make those decisions and not really wonder about people. Like, it's a lot more freeing. Like, when I meet people now, the trust that I've always wanted to have with other humans is there almost instantly just based off of how they speak.
Yeah.
Because I know if I can trust this person or not. Like, because dude, like they hold like every single word holds weight. Like it's amazing. It really is, and it makes it fun to navigate through life, and it makes it more fun to meet people, and it makes it more fun to just have faith in your process because you can trust yourself to make the correct decisions on people.
And that's also like being really happy with yourself, like I was saying earlier, like being proud of who I am, like talking to other people. I have no doubts, no disbelief, no negative thoughts upon the conversations I'm having or anything, because like I used to be like that, like, oh, like, I don't know if he thinks that's cool, or like, you know what I mean, in your own head. Yeah. But it doesn't matter anymore because I'm just proud of the things I do. I'm happy. I like them. Like I used to question them, like myself, like who I was, I guess. But now I'm not doing that. So talking to people, talking about shit, having conversations, they're a lot more deeper and they're a lot like better.
That's you.
Because I'm actually proud of what I'm saying. And if they don't like it, like I don't really care so much because that person is just another person, and if it's going to turn up to be something important, it will happen. But at the time, I'm obviously turned off. I'm not enjoying what he's saying, and if he doesn't like what I have to say, I don't really care because he's not understanding what I mean, even if it's not about this shit, just like what I'm talking about my life.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. I'm curious if you guys are capable of naming all 5 basics.
I just listened to the tape 2 days ago.
I think I could.
Number 1, ready?
I don't fucking remember.
Who do you listen to?
Let's try.
Who do you listen to is number 1.
Who do you listen to?
2
is... 2 is... I'm thinking of 3 right now. I know it's 3. So
what's 3? Say 3.
Teachability, or the index.
It's teachability.
You just kind of said 2 answers.
It's
so you. I think
3 is the index. What is it fully called though? It's
teachability index.
No.
Yeah, teachability index.
And training balance scale.
Training balance scale. Okay, that's so yeah.
Your teachability
so
index.
So who do you listen
to?
Teachability index, training balance scale
is 3.
And then the 4 steps of learning for consciousness, and then mastering the basics.
Okay, so going back to these basics, who do we listen to for the past year or so? Trust me, we've been listening to the same fucking people.
Yeah, literally been listening to the same person for a year.
Yes.
About all this
okay.
Shit. Yeah.
Number 2, training balance scale. Your willingness to learn, your willingness to change.
Yeah.
You've been on top of that. You're willing to learn. You're willing to change. What has that done for you?
It's changed a lot.
It's set you up for better opportunities because now you're doing things differently, which
also better habits to produce better opportunities.
Yeah. And then training balance scale.
How you think about it versus
thoughts
the work you do.
Versus action. Knowing that 99% of that is truly the thought process.
Yes.
Because once you get control of the thought process and you start consciously thinking about what you want to think about on a daily basis, you do attract it, and then your actions, your daily actions become that of which you are trying to attract.
Yeah, before any actions
and that of which your thoughts are. Yeah. So it's fucking beautiful. Like, remember how hard we struggled with that in the beginning? How the fuck could this could be 99% of the scale? How could it be possible that 99% of the scale is your thoughts and 1% is the action? It made no fucking sense. It really didn't. But after thinking the way I've been thinking and trusting that it's 99% of the thought process, every time I'm in control of my thought process, my actions are dominating actions behind the thought process, and the thought process is things that I want to do, so my actions are of the things I want to do, and it's literally that simple.
The actions are following the thought process.
Yeah. I want to act. If I'm thinking about what I want to think about 99% of the times, I do act on those things because that's all I'm thinking about.
It's not that you're only acting 1% of the time. It's the fact that
you're still acting all the time.
It's the fact that you need to have.
You're not dominating
those thoughts, because then the action, it leads into action.
Well, you need to be.
You're not stressing about the action because you know that if the thought process is there, the actions will follow the thought process.
Usually, if you are focused on something, you will just start falling into the path of making that happen without you even if you're not
stressing the actions,
and not even really realizing it. But that's kind of the wrong way to turn it. But it's not, because you can do things like we've said, bro, just today, like the things we're doing, like we've been thinking about, we've been wanting it, and we have not been physically like, how do we get here? How do we get there? They've fallen into place, and we get there like, holy shit, dude, we've been thinking about this for how long? We've been talking about
Today
doing
was
this.
a crazy cool realization because fucking how long we've all been visualizing like being at an event together, being a part of being a vendor, having a tent, talking to people, selling, actually doing it. Like today, like even though that was like a vision that we've all been creating in our own minds for ourselves because it's what we want to do, like me and Sean, James wasn't with us today, got to experience our vision firsthand in a way that we never understood we would ever experience. I don't ever think that's the way that vision would come to life. But just by it coming to life that way and it being somebody else, it made it that much more realistic for me as well.
Yeah.
So even though it wasn't like our brand today that we were selling for, it wasn't our company that was the vendor. It wasn't our event type of deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we were still there doing it, and it was in line with my vision. Like, that's what I saw in my head was being around you guys and being around that type of atmosphere and that type of feeling. And like, dude, it fucking manifested. Like, that's manifestation in real life. Yeah. Now that I see it's there, like, it's very easy for me to take that next step and do it for myself.
I could see that same day we just had today, just in my mind, it's in our booth with our clothes, our backdrop, all that shit.
And before today, it wasn't that clearly pictured for me until I experienced it. So, like, it just made my vision, like, go as far as you can see. Once you get there, you'll be able to see further. And I went as far as I could see. It led me to here today. Today led me to being able to see my complete vision that I've been trying to paint in my mind for years now. And now I was just shown it in real life as vividly, as perfectly as it could ever have been for me to feel it, understand it, love it, and now apply to my visions for myself.
But honestly, the best part of this too, it wasn't like we were just a vendor there that was like just vending. Like, we kind of dominated today. Our booth was the most popular. Like, every time I stepped away, it was fucking nuts. And then and then we had 2 cars win a show today.
Hell yeah. Dre's car
won the best
Dylan's
S14, the nice, like the cleanest S14, whatever, however they scaled it.
Nando didn't win anything. I don't know if he did.
I'm not sure if he did or not. I'm sure he
was
had to.
He was in the R32 class, but I don't know what they picked for the best R32.
But then we had the best fucking 2-step there.
Yeah.
Like, so it wasn't like we were just there doing it. Like, we were there and we were fucking pretty much on top. Like,
holding shit down.
Our shit. Yeah. Everyone knew who we were. It was cool.
Dope. It felt good. Felt really good.
Next step.
OneOOne booth.
No, you guys just went off from tangent on step number 3. So what's the next fucking step?
Next step number 4 is the 4 stages of learnings.
Yeah, 4 stages of consciousness.
This one?
4 stages of learning. So unconscious, uncompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and then unconscious competence.
And this is one, dude, that like, it is so fucking simple, and I've thought about it because I started listening to tapes a little bit and I didn't finish them. I gotta like go back
and it helps you not beat yourself up.
But dude, like, it's so simple, the fact that like you put in such a basic 4-step method and you're like, dude, everything I know how to do, I learned through this way. Like, this is the same process. So when it comes to new shit and we fucking sit here and stress out about it.
Do the same thing.
Bro,
literally.
This is the basic part. Like, we know we've studied this, that this is how it starts. So like, if we get out of our own heads, like, yo, right now we're in this stage.
We don't even know what it is, and we don't know what the fuck, how to do it.
Unconscious, incompetent.
We're gonna be there. You have to be there. You have like, that is the first stage. You know absolutely fucking nothing.
And all you gotta do is accept that you know nothing.
Stage 1. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the easiest part of the learning process. Literally, to admit that I'm at stage 1, I understand nothing. I don't know what this is or how to do it.
Yeah, put that.
And then you know what it is, but you don't know how to do it.
You don't know how to do it. But then you know how to do it, but you still need to focus on it daily.
Well, then you start doing it, and it leads you to learning how to doing it, and then it graders your expansion of understanding what it is. And now that you're doing it on a daily basis and you understand what it is, you will eventually get to the point, based on how much practice you put in on it, that you'll do it without even having to think about it consciously. So unconsciously, you've done it so many times, you are so good at it that you can
just so everyone can relate. just like they say in the tapes, tying your shoes.
Yeah.
First day you tried to tie your shoes, you had no fucking idea how to tie your shoes. Someone was teaching you. Every day you were consciously trying to tie your shoes, consciously trying to look. Now, I bet half these motherfuckers at whatever age they're at, they just fucking put their shoes on, they tie it, and they're on their phone the whole time. Guess what? You have reached unconscious competence,
which is the highest
stage of learning, which means your subconscious, without you being consciously knowing, knows how to tie your shoes without you fucking concentrating on tying your shoes.
So now
that's what we're talking about.
Now convert this to making your life successful. If that's the 4 stages of learning, whatever you want to learn in life and be good at that you know is going to make you better, you're going to go through that same process of learning.
But don't even take it as a broad spectrum of like your life and success in one whole, because I think that's where at least I messed it up and didn't use that to the point where it should be used. Because
for learning?
Yeah, because you're thinking of like this huge picture, but what is success? It's a bunch of little things broken down that you mastered. So like, for instance, me and you both don't know how to edit. So right now we're in unconscious incompetence, and it scares the shit out of us.
I think we're conscious incompetence.
Yeah, conscious
so
incompetence.
We know exactly what it is. We understand it to a point, but we have no fucking clue how to do it.
And it scares us because this is something new. We're not used to. We're
so
in our mid-20s.
What do we got to do now?
We got to get uncomfortable. We got to
start doing it every day.
Consciously competent. So it's going to take us a while to get out of this fucking zone right now because we have no idea what we're doing. But it's going to take daily action of
thinking about it,
doing the work, and not giving a fuck how uncomfortable, how stupid we feel.
Competence.
And then we'll get to conscious competence to where we know what we're doing, and we just got to continuously focus on, continuously grow, continuously, like, we're going to forget about things. We got to relearn them. That's going to be part of the process, and we're going to think we fucking suck at it, but we know that's getting us to unconscious competence to where we will be more at James'
not even
level,
thinking about it,
James
just banging shit
on a computer. He doesn't have to look at the keyboard and fucking click shit, and he's editing shit while he's watching TV, while he's editing this video. Like, it takes the process. But right now we're in that part where it's like, it's scary because we know nothing about it. And we know.
But when you think about it with the 4 stages of learning, it takes all the pressure off. Yeah. It takes all the pressure off, and you're like, all right, I'm just at this stage of learning.
And and also understand that there's different stages of learning in those stages of learning. Like you guys are just in the beginning of editing. I've been doing this for 4 years, but there's so much I still have to learn. Yeah. That I'm still fucking conscious and competent.
Unconsciously competent in certain areas of editing, but then you're still consciously competent in others, and then on top of that you're consciously incompetent on the things that you want to learn to be better at.
Exactly. I could be all 3 at once. Like
you are all 3 at once.
It's crazy.
You literally are all things at once. You know what I'm saying?
So there's so many different levels. So you create a goal to get to a level, and then you create a goal to get to the next level. Almost like when you see so far, when you get there, you'll be able to see further. So you can't compare yourself to a DJ that's DJing a local bar spot to Diplo when you haven't been put in the work and you haven't put in the thought process.
Of learning is so far advanced than the guy hosting a little bar fucking DJ thing, because he's been there, done that. He's consciously practiced it over and over and over, so now he's at that stage.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Guess where Diplo started? He started in little ass
knowing
bar.
Nothing.
Exactly.
He started exactly where everybody else stayed. Yep. Unconsciously incompetent.
But what does everyone, when you see people with a high level of success, what do they always say? Like, I started just where you are, and you're like, fuck you. No, you didn't. But literally, that's where they started. They went through the shit that we're scared to go through.
They were unconsciously incompetent to whatever the fuck they wanted to do when they started.
And they were doing the same shit that we're doing.
And
this shit will fucking help you to get to their level as well, because that's where the fuck we're headed.
And the most important of all the basics, number 5, master the fucking basics.
Master them.
They're simple, they're easy, and I promise you, they will help you. Who do you listen to? Teachability index, willingness to learn, willingness to change, training balance scale, thoughts versus action. 99% of this scale is dependent on your thoughts. Number 4, the 4 stages of learning.
Number 5.
And number 5, master the basics.
Bro, when I fucking heard this shit over again, I'm like, it's so simple, makes so much sense, because I knew this stuff, but I didn't master them because I let them come in my mind. I use them for a little bit, and then they escape my mind. And then I revisit the basics. I'm so much further than where I was.
And
But I'm
you're
like,
like,
bro, I could be even so much further. But like,
if I stuck to the
forgot about
basics,
this shit.
yeah,
And it's just crazy.
it's pretty wild.
And it's very, you could say grounding, but it's not the right word. It takes the fucking stress off you because you're like, okay, it is this simple. I just gotta stick to this.
Yeah, in a way.
And that's why I said, like, for taking an overview of success in a whole, it's very stressful to think of that because you're like, how the fuck do I get there? How the fuck do I get there? But for us right now, editing's part of our success because we want to make content. Well, making great content, we have to learn to edit. So it's like we break it down into little steps and we slowly get there.
Yep. Yeah, it is very dope. Extremely, 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 extremely dope. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be blessed to be at this point in my life and understand what I've been able to understand thus far, and to know that I have the conscious control to continue to evolve my mind the way I want my mind to evolve. And I'm just blessed to be able to come on here and speak to you guys about it and possibly help you do the same for you. And I'm blessed to have these experiences so that I can share these stories with you guys so that you believe in what we're trying to basically help you understand. It's that we're not trying to teach you anything. We're really not. Like,
So we're just getting you different points of view.
we're just trying to help you open up your mind and point you in the right direction to make yourself want to learn something that you know is going to benefit yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it is. It's a beautiful process, and we're just excited for our own lives.
Yeah.
And like we said from the beginning, these tapes were strictly
For us.
for us, but we knew that they could benefit you guys.
You know, it'd be cool.
You
Honestly,
know,
if
like-
us three listen to our first tape and like just think about where we are right now and like what we're doing right now versus like where we were at mindset wise in that very first tape.
Bro, and that was short fucking
It wasn't
time
that long
This is
ago.
what,
That was over the
podcast
winter.
20, I don't know what one we're on. We're on like
27. That's
recording
crazy.
wise, but dropped.
So
I think,
27
yeah,
weeks
but
ago, bro.
20. Not even 20.
That's what I'm saying. And we've missed a
Yeah.
couple weeks, and we've had some things happening here and there, but still, like, it's just,
8, 12, yeah, so
it's just gonna be like,
Less than a year.
honestly, like going through this process, believing in this stuff, like learning it, practicing it, implementing it, trying different things on a daily basis. Like, it's just been so much fun, and knowing that like we truly did start making these tapes when we started this progress, like excites the fuck out of me just for myself, just so like dude, I don't know. It just fucking like I just feel like when I get to go back and listen to myself and see what I've done in a short period of time and hear the changes, like within my, like going back to like understanding how people speak, hearing how they speak, listening to myself speak that first set of tapes, like I'm able to like, holy shit, I understand why you were where you were based off of how you were
how you're
speaking,
talking
you know,
about
like it's
shit.
that type of shit. It's fucking cool,
Yeah.
dude. It is fucking
It's very
cool.
reassuring, I feel like is the best way to put it, that like we are on the right path. We are doing what we like said we are gonna do, and we're getting better every single day. Like for instance, bro, I fucking when we first did this, I struggled to talk to this mic in front of you two. Never mind, like when Ty started living here and Ty was behind us, I was fucking like bugging out that somebody was listening to us. I felt stupid every time I said shit. Then the last time we had fucking Ty, Nikki, and Ty, Nikki, and I think someone else chilling behind us while we filmed the podcast. And when we were done, I turned around, I'm like, yo, I didn't even give a fuck. Like that's cool. Same with editing now. I used to be so self-conscious.
Same with
camera in my
filming.
face.
Same
Exactly.
with literally.
Like, dude, like it's gotten so much better so quick, and it's fucking cool.
It's cool. We want you guys to be able to experience what we're experiencing. We want you guys to feel the happiness that we are providing for our own selves. So we hope that you take control over your life. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for supporting us. And if you listen, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. I love hearing people listen to this shit and like come up and compliment
Yeah.
us and say that it's helped them. So
And it's the end of the fucking night, and I'm out of fucking energy, so fuck you. No, I love you. Peace out.
Peace out.
good night, boy.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in